Hey guys, so now that the Fire Emblem Protagonist tournament I've been doing is wrapping up and we're in the grand final right now, it's about to finish with Ike presumably winning unless something crazy happens. I thought I should do my own tier list of all the Fire Emblem protagonists, and I'm going to start with Alm and Lucina, and I'm going to end with Dimitri and Ike. I want to end with Dimitri and Ike because they are the grand finalists, so leave them till last. And I want to start with Alm and Lucina because I'm a bit of a bang because they were in the final four. They were the two other in the previous round, just before the grand final. I'm going to quickly now, before we start the rest of them, put all of Leaf, Sigurd, and Seliph in the bottom, what I would call haven't played, but I think I'd love them to. Now, I haven't played Thracia, I haven't played Genealogy, but I know from everything I know about these guys that I would most likely be a big fan of all of them. I just think they're all pretty cool dudes. I love knightly characters and like just characters, and they all seem to have a good story, and I'm really excited to play those games, and I will, but I've been putting it off in the hopes that they do a remake. Because if they do a remake, I'd rather just play that first, maybe? Because, you know, they are pretty old games. But anyway, leaving them there. In the future, I would love to chat about them. Please do a remake, because I think I'd really love the games. Anyway, if not, I'll just play it anyway. Starting with Alm. Easy, in the SS tier. That's my boy. I love Alm, okay? No other character in all of Fire Emblem, when I hear them speak, I'm like, I want to follow that man into battle. I want to go and fight for Zofia behind Alm, because he's just such a good leader, whilst being very like honourable and like approachable at the same time, you know? He's always like kind and whatnot, but like he'll make the hard decisions as well. Great voice acting, awesome design, beast of a unit. It's Alm. I love Alm. What a boy. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Alm. I won't try and stick on cards too long, but yeah, I do love Alm. Lucina, bang, SS tier as well. Not everyone's going in SS, don't worry. I really, really love Lucina. I think she's one of the most underrated characters. I know she's insanely popular, believe me. Not underrated in terms of like, you know, people that like her. But I mean, a lot of people don't fully appreciate, rather than underrate, how good of a character she is. Because it's just like the portrayal of someone who has the pure will after having their parents die, everyone they love basically apart from some of their friends die, and then they have to solely carry the weight of like the future and the past on their shoulders. She has to go back and save the future by going into the past, you know. But like she has the sheer will to do that, whilst kind of leading all of that, you know, her group of friends. She's like got like some problems, like she hasn't been able to have a full child and whatnot, and that's why she's like not into like you know she doesn't really understand normal workings of life and hasn't had that experience, and that like builds her character a bit. Obviously the voice acting fantastic from Laura Bailey, fantastic from Alexis Tipton in both cases. Both of them do a great job of her. I would love her Sports and Warriors. I will make a video of Lucina at one point, so I'm not going to talk any more about her, but I think she's brilliant and super cool. So SS for Lucina. Her story makes me like, when I just think about what she's had to go through, it just makes me like feel so emotional. Right, Alear's tricky one. I have to say it's C or B really compared to everyone else. Alear was fine, and I kind of liked how they were a bit of a balance in the story in terms of both how the characters were and how the story was. Like they were kind of just holding everything up a bit, like keeping it stable in terms of characters being a bit crazy, and also just like keeping everything together in the story kind of thing. It was done quite well, and they're actually quite a nice person character, but it's kind of a trope that's already been done. It's a Divine Dragon type thing. You know, we've had Corin and Byleth and Robin, who have all been, you know, blessed with the kind of, you know, a god's might in some way. There's some kind of, you know, dragony or god thing, and the trope's now getting a bit boring. And I have to say, even the design has grown on me massively. At first, I was like, wow, toothpaste. But yeah, I prefer female Alear. I'm gonna put her in B. And some people have to go and see. I'll put Mila and see, because I haven't used him in the playthrough, and I'm not as big a fan of the design or voice acting. Obviously, I don't think there's that much differentiation in their character like there is in the two Corins. But I prefer female Alear's design, and I prefer, except, you know, some elements of it. But anyway, I prefer her design and, yeah, the voice acting as well. Alphonse, actually a great lad. You know what? I didn't think I'd do this, but hero's character name. I actually think Alphonse is really well written throughout all of Fate. He shows a wide range of emotions. He's a good leader, whilst also being friendly. He's a lot like Olm, actually. I'd say Olm and Alphonse are quite similar in a lot of ways. But Alphonse, you know, he loses his temper sometimes, which I'd like to see. And the whole thing with Lef and everything is super cool. So yeah, Alphonse, good character. Good FAOC. Azura S. I'm sure people will start hating when I start putting the Fates characters high up. Now, Azura is wasted potential. More than almost anyone. Like, what they could have... Azura is so interesting, and, like, the mystery behind her at the start, she's almost partly ruined by the DLC. Because, you know, going to Valor and learning more about her, it's good to see it, and I loved seeing more of her in the main part of the story. But, like, it kind of takes away a bit. Like, that awe of mystery was good. I'm not a fan of her endings a lot of the time as well, but she's got great design, voice acting great, singing fantastic, Norian performance, basically the best song in Fire Emblem, spoken voice song, fantastic, I love it, the Nor version. Obviously a great unit, because dancing. Yeah, and I do really like her. I think I like that she got some character depth, as like she's very closed off, and like, but she's doing everything she can for the greater good, whilst kind of sacrificing herself, because she knows it's what she has to do. Like, you can see in moments that she wants, like, family and friendship and, like, closeness to people, but she knows there's no point, because she's probably going to have to sacrifice herself because of her singing and causing her to, you know, basically lose her life. She knows she may have to do that, and she doesn't want to cause anyone else anguish by, you know, getting close to them and then you know, her dying. And I guess she's probably got attachment issues because of her whole childhood and whatnot. And, like, you know, if you've seen, some people have made fan stuff, Camilla and Azura in the Catacombs, and it's fantastic. So I suggest you watch that. Right. Byleth. Don't know why Byleth is down there. They can go together in B. Bit of a boring protagonist. Don't speak. The reason they're in B... This feels harsh on male Alear, honestly, and I'm sorry. But the reason they're in B is because, like, the Ashen Demon whole thing is very cool, and it was massively amplified. Like, the way they did Byleth in Warriors, and I'm not really judging the games of Warriors here much, but because Chez's here, so we have to talk about it. The way they did Byleth in Warriors was so much better than Three Houses. Like, they felt like a presence, like a threat. Like when Byleth pops up, you're like, shit, it's the Ashen Demon, damn. Like, Byleth is, like, cool, like, really cool then. And I do, female Byleth is slightly above, because I prefer voice acting. And I do generally pick the female protagonist, but I think her design's a bit silly. Like, the eyes, calm down, you know, kind of thing. Yeah, so I think objectively, male Byleth, a bit better design, and his voice acting's still good. But I'm a bit more a fan of female Byleth, but barely. And I say objectively, yeah, let's keep them there together and B. Wish they'd been voiced in Three Houses, and we would have seen a higher rating. I think I'll probably put them in A. Celica. Anyone who's seen my tier list or follows me or knows me well, is Celica. She's basically my favourite character in Fire Emblem. Erica Lindbeck's voice acting is so good. Give me 1 second. Right, so yeah, let me resume. Celica. Erica Lindbeck's voice acting is just amazing. Every single time. It's just like every voice line, every line of dialogue, every quick quote, every attack sound, everything is just delivered perfectly. And it just gives her character so much more. Like, more than any other character to me, Celica's voice acting is just so fantastic. And I love her design. I love that she's not just a like, she shows different parts of her all the time throughout her story. Sometimes she's foolish. A lot of the time she's extremely brave. She's loving and kind. She gets angry. She gets sad. She has a laugh with people. It's like everything I want to see in like a main character. She's just got like a breadth of everything. She's got a bit of everything, but all like while being true to herself. She's just fantastic. Yeah, I really love Celica, but I won't go on too long. I could just talk 40 minutes about Celica. Chrom. God damn it. No! I feel wrong putting Chrom and Alphonse in the same tier. But I don't think Chrom, to me, I can move him up to S. Maybe I can. Maybe I can. Let's put him in A. Let's put him top of A. It feels a bit weird. I could make a D tier or something. B+. Yeah, so Chrom, I think he's just a... Yeah, I think he's an A. He's really good protagonist. I like that the player character isn't actually the kind of protagonist of the game. I always liked that about Awakening. It was good in that. He is fun whilst being very strong and a good leader. And his relationship with Robin's really cute. And again, he does show a good range of emotions too. His relationship with Lucina, with Lessa, it's all great. I can't say like I'm like Chrom's biggest fan, and the issue is, I'm not gonna lie, maybe without Faye I'd put an S, but there's something in my head that makes me dislike him because of duo Chrom just killing me over and over again in Arena and AR. Screw that character, that unit. Drives me mad. I always get wrecked by it. My Brave Adel gets destroyed. So anyway, I'll leave Chrom in A. Claude S. Defos. I don't think I'd move him into SS. I think he's on par with the SS characters in terms of how good they are objectively, but my personal, like, so let's say S is the top objectively. So anyone I put in S I think is like a really good character. But like the SS is like moving up because I'm like, damn, I love them for specific reasons. But yeah, Claude. He's so cheeky. He is quite unique in a way. Like I think if he had his own game where he was the main character, he'd be like, wow, everyone loves Claude. But the issue is he's a bit sidelined. You know, he is well developed, and he's secretive. Also, the game gives you hints about his past. Like at first, I'm like, oh damn, who is this guy? Where is he actually from? Like, what? How's he got this power? Kind of thing. And he's a great friend to Byleth, kind of thing. I love, you know, the whole teach, but his relationship with Byleth feels very healthy. Like they're kind of really close friends, really. And like, yeah, his scheme and everything is good. That's not the part of him. I mean, like, when you listen to his supports, he's just like a really great guy, whilst also being like, kind of just thinking about everyone else. He's always thinking about everyone else, but he doesn't show it. It seems like he's just scheming for his own benefit all the time, but he's thinking about the greater good all the time, and he understands everyone else's characters. Like, if you see his supports with his fellow classmates, like, he gets them. He pushes their buttons, but for reasons he thinks are good for them. And most of the time, he's right. So, love a bit of Claude. His Lysithia support's super cute. Corin. Now. Don't hate me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, okay? Corin is just one of my favourite characters. But I put her... Like... I said, objectively, Lucina, Celica better. Azura, Claude better. Chrom better. But for me, I'm sorry to say, I have to put Corin in SS tier. The voice acting, second only to Celica. I actually don't even know the voice actress's name, but a voice actor. It is so good. it's like the amount of emotion she manages to convey with all those small little lines, just the quick quotes and the small bits of dialogue. Like I feel like I understand her just from that, and it separates her from male Colin. I'm gonna do them separately, because I think they're very different in characters, just through their voice acting and through Faye as well, representation of warriors. Warriors, they're not different, but I love her design big time. I love the class she had. Nor Noble especially, basically my favourite class in Fire Emblem, pretty much. She's just caring but a badass and like so driven. And I love when she gets angry at like Iago and stuff. She's like, I'm gonna, you know, cut you in half kind of thing. Like she gets super mad. Yeah, she's really fleshed out in Faye. Honestly, like duo Corin, one of the cutest units. I love how she interacts with Lise. I love how like sweet Corin is, but like Corin's willing to be vicious when she needs to, and can be quite like honestly quite scary, like and yeah, the voice acting just portrays this so many levels of emotions. I love it. And to me, like, voice acting builds a character a lot, not just, it's like the way things are said, it's not just the dialogue. So yeah, and Corin's I won't surrender, like the way she says that, it sticks with me constantly. Like it makes me not want to give up when doing things. I remind myself of it. Male Corin. See, now this is ridiculous. Obviously, they are the same character, and I know again, I'm sure there'll be comments like they're the same character, but male Corin is just goofy. It's a bit unfair, isn't it? I'll put him. I hate putting them so far apart. Anyway, this is how I feel. I've never liked him. He's just the voice acting is too goofy. It feels like he's just like, you won't stop me. Just like, I don't know. Like I'm just not a fan. I don't like his design nearly as much. I don't think the whole draconic protagonist look suits him. Just all the armor, the hair. I don't think any of it suits him as well as female Corin. I'm not that big a fan of male Corin. I'm gonna get more hate for this, but I'm doing what's honest to me. Edelgard, when I first played Three Houses, the moment I heard her speaking to her, I was like, wow. This character has like personality and weight and secrecy and everything, and I was instantly intrigued. Obviously, you know, I love her design in many ways. She's awesome. And yeah, Crimson Flower, my first route. I did do it. I really like Edelgard. I won't go into too much because everyone said their piece on Edelgard. Okay, you can hear the biggest Edelgard fans and you can hear the biggest Edelgard haters everywhere all over Fire Emblem. So I won't just repeat what everyone else is saying, but the voice acting, amazing. I love how she impacts the story, and I love that she is controversial. I love the fact that there can be a character that people have such a diverse opinion on. It annoys me how people react to others who have a different opinion, who just like, oh my god, I can't believe you like Edelgard, things like that, you know. Like, allow people to have their opinions, please. But, Edel trash, I've seen so often. Like, you know, just let people like who they like, you know. But, yeah, I think the fact that she can be so, like, polarizing is, like, just speaks volumes of how complicated and fantastic a character design she was. Like the impact she had on the community was massive. So yeah, most talked about Fire Emblem character probably. Erica, I like Erica. She can be at times a little bit boring, but I love her design. She's like great voice acting when she's had it. Again, she's got that whole very sweet but very brave thing. Like she'll just go and do things that she thinks should be done, kind of thing. Like she might like ask permission but then ignore it, kind of thing. It's kind of thing Erica would do. But yeah, I like Erica a lot. She's cool. Always been a big fan of her design. Alencia, I'll just put an S. Yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of her. Her story is great. I didn't like her as much in POR as RD, but I did like her in POR. I like how she grew throughout the story. And it is the kind of lost princess trope, but it's done well. It's executed well, and then when she steps into battle for the first time, you're like, damn, Alincia's out here. She's got Amiti. I'm so bad. I'm sorry. Amiti, I think. Yeah, whatever it is. Sorry. Her sword and being on a Pegasus, and Alincia's just very hype when she does that. She's got a brilliant design, and she's like, I love the story of her trying to be a strong leader, but facing a lot of, backlash, and like there are so many people against her, but she makes some hard decisions, and she always sticks by her morals and is trying to look after the people, and yeah, she's pretty great. Right, I almost said Void. Eliwood, I will put in top of B. He is very good. Should I put him in A? No. He's going to be top of B. Because I would rate Hector and Lyn higher than him, I'm sorry to say. I like him a lot, but he doesn't quite have enough. I'm replaying, as you may have seen on my channel, I'm playing Blazing Blade right now, FE7, and it might make me like him more, and it is starting to. Like, I'm considering putting him in A, but I don't want to do it just because I've been using him now. I do like him. He's always, like, very composed. He's a good foil to Hector. They're great together. They play off each other super nicely. I'll put him in A. Why not? He deserves to be there. He gets too much hate. Well, not... Okay, we talked about this yesterday on stream. He doesn't get hate as such. It's like he doesn't get much appreciation. But I actually think... because Hector and Lyn have so much character, or have a lot of people talk about them in comparison. Yeah, he is good. Yeah. Right. Ephraim, I'd put him just above Eliwood, just below Erica. I like how, like, strong and forceful and kind of foolhardy, I guess. Like, tactless. Tactless is not right, but he's just very aggressive and like, let's just do this without thinking, whilst also being smart about it. And I like that about him. Great design. His supports that I have seen were pretty good. Yeah, I like this one with Lashao a lot. I think, yeah. Anyway, Ephraim's cool. It's a cool dude. Hector, I'll put at the top of A. Almost want to... You know what, I'll do it. Hector's been growing on me, and just seeing him again in Blazing Blade, Hector's just hilarious. Hector's great. He's like... He comes off as just so abrasive and so, like, just, like, tough man, but, like, you can see how kind he is, and actually very intelligent as well. And he's just a beast on the battlefield. He's so strong. It's big Hector. Like, and just, I love his design. I love how... He must have been such a great dad to Lily before, rest in peace. Like, oh, I love that duo with Lily and the Cypher art as well. So cute. Yeah, Hector's just the boy. It's Hector. You know what's up. Now, Itsuki wouldn't really count most of the time doing this, but he was in my tournament, so I'm going to put him in here. I'm not going to play TMS. I should really just said haven't played, but I know I'd love those bottom three, so I want to say that, but I don't know much about Itsuki. I'm just going to put him in Itsuki because I put him above Melkor because I don't like him. I don't know enough. Female, male, Chris. I've been told they're a strong unit. I haven't played their games, but I know more about them, and I've played very briefly. But they're just bland. I'll do this. Is this? Let's move male a bit. Let's not be harsh. Let's put them below female layer like that. Yeah, let's do that. I'm doing it like that. Okay. Chris just seems boring. I'm not massive on their design. It's quite generic looking. I'm just going off what I've seen, what I've been told, but like there doesn't seem to be that much there. Maybe I'll change my tune, but yeah, I don't have too much to say about Chris. Lyn, I'll put I'll put Lyn above everyone in A. Yeah. I think I'd put Lyn equal with Hector. I think I'd like them equally. fantastic design on Lyn, fantastic. The idea of someone actually, you know, not a royal being the royal, that was like a good thing they did with her, like being from the plane, so she's a very different type of character for a royal. And like, her whole journey is pretty cool, even though Lyn mode is a bit boring. I like her relationship with Serena. I like how she reacts to other characters. Like, she's like wary of people a lot of the time, but then will kind of get over her initial reaction very quickly and be, you know, kind and whatnot. Yeah, I enjoy using her in battle. Everyone thinks she's shit, but I love fast. I'm just a big fan of fast sword users. Yeah, I'm really huge on her design. I do like her voice acting too. And yeah, Lyn's just cool. Lyn is very cool. Marth, I'd put in top of B. I haven't fully played through any of his games, but I have a little bit. And I like him. Does he deserve to be above? See, this is when it starts getting messy. I feel like he should be there. But, no, I'll put him in. No. Let's do that. Because I'm trying to be objective a bit here. This is subjectively, just for me, I would put him in B, but I'll move him up for just like, because he kind of started it all. And when you do see his supports in Warriors and things, and I've listened to him a lot in Fae, and I've seen some of his supports from Tello Dragon, and you know, like the remake things. Anyway, he's pretty cool. He's, you know, he's got all that ambition. He's a symbol, the Hero King, badass name. I do like his design. I've played him in Smash loads, so I always like playing on Melee when I did, so maybe that's driving my bias a bit. The day is mine! Yeah, anyway, Marth's pretty cool. He's just a cool dude, so I'll put him there. Mickey S. Will I move her above? Yeah, I do that. I do like Micaiah a lot. Again, she's a bit controversial like Adel, and she's got white hair. Double plus. I just really like her. I love the voice acting in Fae and such as well. I love her design. Mickey is just... I love that she is like she just wants like peace and happiness for everyone, but she'll just do she'll just do whatever for it. Like, she will just like... She'll do whatever, you know. War crimes that people have said, but you know, it's medieval warfare. But yeah, she's not really what you expect. Like, when she looks like a priestess, she kind of is very like kind of sweet looking, but she's actually like so like driven and has a lot of will. Similar thing to a lot of these characters, but you know, they are the protagonists, so they all share similar traits. But I like Mickey a lot. Robins. I'll put the Robins just alongside the Crom. Like that. Pick female Robin slightly over, but I'd say, you know, I like both their designs. I can see why most people just prefer male Robin. I think the male Robin design suits super well. But I do like female Robin's voice. I just always generally tend to play the female protagonist, and I like female Robin's design a lot as well. They're both pretty equal to me. I'd say I prefer female Robin as Grima, and I prefer male Robin as Robin, kind of. Like, as I think they're better in those roles. Robin maintains quite a lot of character in comparison to, let's say, Byleth. And whilst also serving a similar role. But I love the whole tactician thing. It's played out nicely where Robin can be a kind of thing for other characters to play off. And I love how jokey and funny Robin can be as well. Yeah, Robin's a good character. And the bond with Crom is just very sweet. Right, Roy, I'll put him... I'll put him below Mark. I love Roy in Smash, but I can't say when I played FE7 I was that attached to him. I like him, but I never felt like that hyped about Roy, and it's sad. He shouldn't even. Wow, I mean, if I'm putting comparison to all Fire Emblem characters, he would be an A. Honestly, I'll put him there, because No! Roy, I'm sorry! The combo of him not being able to promote till chapter 20, most of the time I'm not taking in battle worth into these, but it is relevant here to me. You know, if it's so obvious, then it does harm because you don't want to use them in combat and it just makes it annoying and you don't get as attached to them. He's just not as interesting to me, I'm sorry to say. He just doesn't have that many qualities that make him stand out from anyone else. Sharena can go in B above the Byleths. She's not as good a character as Alphonse, unfortunately. I prefer... well, actually both their designs are great. I really like Sharena's design. But... yeah, she can... Faye has not fleshed out her character as much as they have Alphonse's. They started reasonably strong with her, and I like her. Again, cute voice acting, cute design, and... yeah, she's really sweet, and like I love how friendly she is, all the new heroes and everything. Adorable character. But yeah. Shez's. We shall put them together in A above. You know, we go here behind the Robin. Again, I prefer the female. I think, honestly, harsh for me to do that. Like. That is how I genuinely feel. Sorry, harsh, but again, voice acting and design, I think it's way better. Personal. I know a lot of people like Nail Shez's design and voice acting. I think it's pretty good, but prefer female Shez. Big fan of the fact they're just like the most normal person ever, and it. Maybe in another game it wouldn't play as well, but because in Fire Emblem everyone is so like everyone is kind of a bit wacky in a way. They're like stand out because of their normalness. But they're just like, Shez seems like the character you just want to hang around. Like Shez would be a great friend. Just go down the pub with Shez. That'd be awesome. Go out for a drink with Shez. It'd be brilliant. Shez would be great to be around. Both of them. And yeah, Beast Unit in Warriors. I love the combos you can pull off with Shez. Lapping people up. Yeah, I like their transform design as well. I wasn't huge on Arvel. I preferred Sothis, which is weird. I think a lot of people think the opposite, but I didn't like their relationship with Arvel that much. But I liked Shez's supports other characters a lot. They were good. And yeah, Shez is cool. Now down to the final two. The big boys. It's Dimitri and Ike. Dimitri goes above Azure in S. He's so close to getting SS. He's so close. But I think it's like there's something that he isn't like my personal favourite. He's not like one of my big boys. But he is fantastic. I love Dimmy. I love his... You know what? No. For objectiveness, I gotta put him there. His story is so goddamn good. I love... like, he's had to go through so much shit growing up. And like... then he grows into this man who's just... he's trying his best to like... do everything he can for his people, his country. He's trying to be caring and just and honourable all the time. And like, I love how he talks, how he portrays himself. And then bang, he feels so betrayed that this person he like basically almost loved, right, has just done this shit. This is like from his point of view. Let's not get into the Edelgard discussions, but from his point of view, and he's like, oh my god, what the fuck? The world can turn itself. I'm gonna destroy her, and then she's caused this war. I'm gonna kill everyone who is trying to cause harm to my kingdom, who's trying to mess up our religion, our world. And he just turns into a vicious animal. He's consumed by the dark thoughts of everyone who's died. And the way it's played off, Chris Hackney does such a good job of playing Dimitri in all stages. So good. Brilliant voice acting. I love his designs, all of them. When you're using Dimitri and he just in, you know, just post time skip, you just get him and he just runs in, I'll destroy you, and just slams the spear down. That's one of the best moments in Fire Emblem. It's just like, damn. It's just, he just feels like a monster, and he is a beast on the battlefield too. When you get that feeling that the character you're using is like an animal, like a bear, like a lion. It's awesome. It's awesome. So yeah, Demi is badass. He's great. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, what? Considering he was voted #1. Ike goes there for me. Objectively, should probably be an S, or maybe even higher. Like a lot of the things I've talked about earlier, things that are important to me, range of emotions, voice acting, things like that. I can't. Yeah, I should put him an S for objective. I don't get. You know, there isn't the voice acting. I think he really could have benefited from voice acting in POR and RD. It would have helped his character a lot. But he's overly stoic for me. I think his story is great. His design is brilliant. I love how he is, just from an objective point of view. But for me, it's like, I'm putting him an S, so still I think he's great. And I did really like him. But I don't get the same hype a lot of people do, because, not as in I don't get why they're hyped. It's more that I like a character who's very, like, who constantly shows a lot of emotions. But Ike is a very stoic person. And I don't resonate or feel as, like, hyped up about him and interested because of that. But I still think he deserves to be there in S, because Ike's a pretty badass, big boy dude who just, yeah, his story's great as well. So cool, there we are. I won't change any of that. The video's probably long enough already. Yes. Oh, it's not too bad. So thank you all for watching. Let me know what you think of my things. I'll put the link to this tier list if you want. And you can post a link to yours or whatever. I'll post it on my Discord. We do chat about our favourite characters a lot in there. Tell me how stupid it is that I put Corn in SS. And yeah, shit on me. So have a lovely rest of your day. I'll see you soon in the next video and in later tournaments. Ciao.